Hi there, my name is Wayne Hedlund. In this video tutorial, we are going to talk about the team workspace, the team space that Asana has created and designed for us to allow us to organize our work, hopefully in a meaningful way. Now, I'd like to just start off and talk about what is a team in Asana. If we, everyone knows in Asana that there's this little section over here called the teams, and we can have a number of teams. Sometimes people have literally just one. Other times people have a whole bunch. But what is a team in Asana? To be concise, in a sense, I like to tell people think of a team in Asana simply as a project folder. Now, it's an advanced project folder. It's more than a project folder. At its most basic level, it is a space where we put the projects that have a like-minded purpose. So, for instance, if I'm a big part of an enterprise or big organization, there may be numerous teams even that are associated with the accounting department. As we can see here, I have a team called accounting, but there might be two, three, or five teams that are associated with accounting based on the projects that they're wanting to kind of organize and be able to manage. For smaller organizations or mid-sized organizations, they might have just one team called accounting. Some organizations might have a team called operations and just have one or two projects inside that operations team that are associated with accounting, right? It depends on how we're using Asana. But the point is, in Asana, a team is, in essence, a project folder, a place for us to put projects that have a like-minded purpose. But it is bigger than that as well. So here I can see a number of projects that are all associated with accounting, but Asana has kind of expanded the use of a team to allow it to be more. It's a workspace that's associated with the projects and activities associated with that team name. So let's just walk through the various aspects of this workspace, the team workspace, so that hopefully you and your team can utilize it effectively. First of all, of course, we have the team name up here, which we can define simply by when we create the team, of course, we'll create a team name, but we can edit that team name here. We also can edit the overall look feel of the team. You'll notice I have this light green background, and I can actually come in here and change that to a blue or a purple or black or whatever I want. But you'll notice as well that I have kind of a fun icon here, and a lot of people don't know this. If you like the little icon and you're into the emojis, you can go into the team name, and at the very beginning of the team, just go ahead and add that emoji. So I've added a smile emoji, right? And actually, let me go back there and copy, and then do smile emoji. And when I update that team, it'll go ahead and pop that little icon in there for us as well. Now, I'm not really into the smiley emoji for this team, so let's go ahead and put it back to where we were. The other thing is to keep in mind you can set the color up here as well as up here. So there's a lot of different options for the kind of creating that view. Now let's also note that there are four tabs up here: Overview, All Work, Messages, and Calendar. We're going to walk through them very quickly. You have the ability as well to add a Note tab. A lot of times, like in this case, maybe I would call this Accounting SOPs or something like that. And this is where I would put some information to help our team be able to stay on track with what they're trying to do. Or maybe there would be a description of the team and what its goals are, etc. All right, so let's walk through each of these. And incidentally, you can right click on these and either rename them or set them as default. So for instance, if you're not using the overview tab in your team and everyone's constantly jumping to the overview and then having to click over to all work to try to find the projects, you can just right click on all work and set that as default. And now everyone on your team will immediately jump to the all work tab when they get here. That said, let's go ahead and look at the overview tab. So first of all, I've got the team name with a description right here that I can update if I want to. We have this section called curated work, which we'll talk about in a moment. I can see everybody who's part of the team. I can see the members up here very quickly, but this is going to be a bigger list for us to be able to just kind of either add or manage the people who have access to the team. In other words, they have access to all the projects inside the team that are not private. And then we also have this goals section. So if you're using the goals feature under Insights in Asana and you have specific goals that are connected to that team, then we can not only see the goals, but we can see the progress on the goals. If there was a status update, I can see the status of the goal and the owner. And of course, I can link, because it's a link, I can go to the goal if I want to as well. And then the last section is we have this section called curated work, which is really genius. Great idea for us to be able to really try to establish, more resources and options to be able to access the things that we need to that are directly connected with our team. So first of all, we can create what we call a section. So I have two sections already created, month-end workflows and other use cases, but I can and add a new section down here. I can click on the plus sign and add a section here and call this test section. And now I've created a new section, right? And if I want to, I can move that section up. I can drag and drop it, or I can just use that feature. And now it's a brand new section with nothing in it. And then if I click on plus sign again, now I can start linking to existing work. What does link to existing work means? Well, primarily, it means you can link to either projects that you want to show up here, portfolios, templates, or other teams, right? So if I want, for instance, to connect this team, for instance, to, let's say my CRM samples team, I could say CRM team, if, especially if we're cross-functional or something like that. And I went ahead and put that there. Now I have a quick and easy access to that team instead of trying to browse or star it. I can grab it right here if I want to. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. It's going to give me this error that sounds like, oh my gosh, am I going to delete the team? No, I'm just removing the link to the team. So I'm going to remove that and remove the section because I've already kind of created some work here. And so right here, I've got a template. I have a project that's a key project for my accounting team and a portfolio. I'm going to go ahead and add one more portfolio by clicking link existing section. And we'll call this one, this is also a month end close portfolio, but now I have two portfolios in here and I can kind of rename that if I want to and move it around, put it where I want. Now, what's really cool is not only can I add work that's inside of Asana, but I can also attach a file. So let's say I have a PDF that has specific, SOPs or best practices or other information that's associated. I can go ahead and attach that right there, or I can even link to external work. So, for instance, I did a quick search, and there's a company out there called accountingtools.com. I've known. So I might say accounting best practices podcast, right? So, and I'll put this link right there and I'll add that link. So now my team, when they come in here, my different members of the accounting group, they have a quick and easy access to a resource that will help them, hopefully, be more effective in what they are doing. Okay, so this is the overview tab. The next one is the all work tab. This is what we're familiar with if you've been using Asana a long time. Again, you might want to even set that as the default. This is where we're going to see all the projects that are associated with the team that we have. And if we want to, I can actually click on one of these little three dots and pin a particular project to the top if I want, just to make it a little bit more accessible if I need to. So this tax compliance schedule, might want to pin that to the top, and then I can drag and drop and reorganize those pinned items so that they're always available to not just me, but everyone on my team. So that's an option. Of course, everyone can also, star the project themselves individually, and it'll show up in their starred section. And then we can sort, of course. We can sort through all the different projects or see the projects that have been archived. In this case, there aren't any. Okay, so fairly obvious, pretty simple. What I like about the all work section here is this little feature right here, the search. So a lot of times we have a ton of projects in here. We're just trying to find one in particular. We don't want to search up here and have to like search through everything in the organization. I just want to find that, that tax compliance. So I could just come in here and type tax. There's the projects that are already in here that are associated with my tax compliance, and I can jump in there and find it super quickly. So the all work tab is awesome. Of course, the messages section here or the tab lets me connect, have established conversations with the members of the team. So anyone who's on the team would be privy to these conversations. And then we have the calendar view, which is letting me see all the tasks that are associated with all the work inside of that team. I tend to look here and just say, hey, are there tasks that are overdue, that have not been completed? Or sometimes this can be useful to look at workload and just say, hey, somebody's got a lot going on, and do we need to help them, right? So just high level that would be that. And then finally, I'll just mention here on the All Work tab, I forgot to mention the templates feature, which is lets us kind of pull together the templates here. Again, if I want to, I can take this template and connect it here, as I've done right here in the Overview tab, so that it's quick and easy access to based on the sections and the organization that I have established. Okay, that's really in a nutshell the team workspace. Hopefully you found this meaningful and helpful. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.